My name's Linda Pallien, also known as MyCheerLinda, and I'm the CEO of Career Mindset Limited. I'm sorry I can't be with you in person, but thank you for the opportunity to share with you on this topical issue, such as millennials. As you know, I focus on millennials. I'm a career transition expert, and today I want to talk to you about some of the common issues with millennials in the workplace and how you can leverage that in your business. I'm guessing if you're listening to this today or if you're attending this today, you're an employer or working in millennials in some sort of capacity. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Millennials are usually known for not being as interested in working as previous generations. So that usually is the issue with employers, how to motivate them or engage them in the same way to get them to be productive as previous generations. Now, if we look at the millennial market, some of the key factors are impact and purpose, freedom, and social and global issues. So we'll come to that. Whereas previous generations have usually been motivated by their salary and promotions in that way. And I think employers need, seeing as millennials are becoming the bigger part of the workforce, employers need a way to engage millennials to create a win-win situation for them. And this isn't a new concept. We've learned about carrot and stick approach. You've got to work with millennials in terms of, in their language, in what motivates them, which we've spoken about. The three major factors for them has been impact or having a purpose, freedom, and global and social issues. So we'll talk about that and how you can leverage that in your business to make sure the millennials that you're employing are working for you in that way. We know that previous generations have been interested in their salary and working and moving up the ranks to get their salaries. But now you know that millennials aren't interested in that. So there's no reason to use that as a motivator because it doesn't work. If you're trying to reach them, you've got to use what motivates them, which is their purpose. And this is great, especially for businesses, because we're all talking about corporate social responsibility and doing something that's impactful, and as well as that being a selling point and a USP that gets you more clients, it's also good for the environment. So if millennials are focusing on that, then maybe you should be too. Another issue with millennial market, they've been said to be unmotivated, entitled, and demanding. And yes, they've come from the generation where they've been told they're all good and everybody gets a prize, and no wonder they're demanding and expecting more. But that should motivate you as an employer to be able to give more, to do more, and to form KPIs, key performance indicators, in their language. So they're selling. If they're unmotivated, you've got to find what their key motivators are and use them as, I guess, the rewards in their business. Also, so you need a better reward structure that speaks to their motivators. And also, they're entitled. Yes, that might be the case, but then you could also give them more responsibility to go with that entitlement. So a lot of the problems is that employers don't give them free rein. You're micromanaging them, and they want the title. They want to be right off the bat. And I've worked with several thousand millennials, and they want fancy titles like the CEO, just straight from school. They want to be called the CEO. And as ridiculous as it sounds, these are just titles, but if that's what motivates them, there's nothing stopping you doing that as long as they've got the responsibility to go for it. So once you're able to communicate that, I'm happy to call you the CEO of branding or CEO of marketing, CEO of accounting, as long as the job gets done, because that's what you want at the end of the day. So creating those reward structures. Now, if we look at impact and purpose, as I've said, we all need, they want to to see that they're making a difference. So again, understanding what their greater cause is, what would count as having an impact to them. And this might come through the interview process. Don't do all the speaking. Let them tell you what they're interested in, and then you find a fit. Traditionally, what we have done as employers have gone from, this is what we need, and we've told them. And of course, they'll regurgitate to us, this is who I am, because that's what you say you need, and they need a job. So if you do it the other way around and find out what their interests are and what their values are, you will be able to match them better to a job that they're going to stay in for the long term. And speaking of long term as well, one of the problems that I find with a lot of the millennials I work with is they get bored quite quickly. So you want to be bringing in all these new factors, new initiatives that keeps them interested, keeps them stimulated. Freedom of time, location, travel. We've seen the rise of digital nomads, and as you can see, working internationally, I've definitely been doing a lot of digital nomading. But this can work to your advantage. So freedom can mean flexible hours, which means less infrastructure that you need to keep them in an office at a desk. They can use their laptops and work from anywhere. Time, they can work in a time that suits them. It's something that employers need to embrace rather than challenge, because it might be a better way for you. It might be even cost efficient not to have them in the office as often. It'll give them that responsibility to be able to go out and get their creative juices flowing and do what really matters to them whilst they're doing the job. As long as they're doing the job, you've got to create this trust relationship with them, saying, I know this is your motivator. I'm willing to give you this in exchange for these results. Global and social issues, as I've said, it counts against a corporate social responsibility. So why not? And if it's something that they're passionate about, they're going to spend more time on it. They're going to be doing it, and you can use that as your unique selling point, and contribute to make a difference. So it's something that you can embrace as well. The best things about millennials that you may not have thought about is they've grown from this time period where branding and social media is super important to them. So you can see them create these personas online, create these appearances online, which is great for your business if you're looking to be branded, do some marketing, seeing these appearances and showcasing your business in the best possible light. So you can use them for that. They're good at selling themselves online, but if you've got the business and they're going to be able to sell the business as well online, embrace that. In terms of culture as well, they helping them, and this is where I come in, I help them to find the right culture and fit for them. So understanding them, as I said, go from the start with them first, the employee, and then putting them into the right fit. If their values match your values, they're more likely to stay longer term. They're more likely to work harder because they're working towards something that you mutually agree on and value. Also, and another key thing about this is they've been searching for the right thing to do. They've usually been job hopping or have had access to all of these taster sessions and rotations or careers insights into different careers. So they've been doing the inner work. They're doing the personal development. They may not have the professional development, and some of them may do because they would have just come out of university, depending on what skilled labor that you're employing, but they will be doing the inner work. And you can teach people skills, but you can't teach people to know about themselves, to know what they're good at, to know how to deal with their issues emotionally, mentally, physically. And this generation are doing it already by themselves. They're going out going, who am I? They're asking the right questions. Who am I? What do I want to contribute? So you can leverage these things, and you wouldn't have to train them. You're not doing an emotional intelligence training. you're not sending, they're already doing the yoga and the naturopathic medicines and more sustainable, they're looking for sustainable ways of enjoying life really, and not waiting till retirement or working themselves out. So it can be argued that there's less work to do for the employer. So in a whole, millennials can be seen as demanding, but I think employers need to change with the times. And if you look at the impact and the purpose factors that they want, freedom and social issues, it's three things that will benefit your business in whatever business or in whatever industry that you're serving. Yes, you're not there to handhold them, but if you leverage these things and you're aware of these things and you leverage these things, I promise you, you'll hire the best millennials and you'll make more of an impact that way. So I hope I've been able to share some nuggets with you. And if you want some more information about this or practical approaches of how to approach the subject, you can contact me on hello@careerandmindset.com, hello@careerandmindset.com, or any of the social media handles at MyCheerLinda. So it's cheerleader, but Linda, at MyCheerLinda. Thank you so much for having me, and hope you have a great meeting. Thank you.